All right, we are here on a nice little gloomy Wednesday. Okay, hey, we're doing a lesson. Sorry to interrupt y'all's social life. Okay, don't forget hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and just a little PSA for all those out there. Just make sure that you are, not eating tape because I don't think your stomach's going to digest that very well, and you could have a sticky situation in your small intestine later. Uh, just a little heads up. Now, so characteristics of graphs, what these look like. There was a situation in class yesterday, so we'll just see. All right, so x-intercept. Okay, uh, how about I type this out because we know my handwriting is atrocious. Okay, hang on. Let's try this again. All right, it's where the graph touches the x-axis. Okay, now this is what I always thought was hilarious. For years and years, I've had people that's played football in my classroom, a lot of defensive backs, and they're like, "Man, I had 3 interceptions in the game last night." I'm like, "So what's an x-intercept?" I have no idea. Where the graph, like literally, it intercepts, it goes through, it touches the x-axis. Okay, so that's the written definition. All right, now normally we would actually write these as like the number and then 0, like what that coordinate point is, or x equals whatever number that is. Okay, I'll accept it either way. uh ACT and stuff like that, it might be listed, who knows, just depends on what the test writers are feeling that day. Okay, so now we're going to get some practice with this in class, and later there might be a homework assignment. Yeah, because my homework assignments are so hard. That was sarcasm. Yeah, good. Okay, so now this not really a good thing, but look, let's just list these. This is a x-intercept. Okay, we're not going to do the coordinate points because those would be decimals, but we're just going to say what that they would be here. So x-intercept, and that again got really gross really fast. Okay, so that's where it touches. Okay, like like intercept, intersection. Now we'll also go through later this semester, and we'll hear x-intercept, we'll hear zeros, we'll hear roots. I don't know why it has like 3 different names and they all mean the same thing. My only belief is that people are doing different studies with it, and they never got together and they just named it whatever they wanted to. Okay. All right. So if that is the x-intercept, what do you think the y-intercept is? Yep. Come on. Ah, there we go. Where the graph touches the y-axis. Yeah. And let's do a different color. Let's do blue. Okay, so it's where it touches the y-axis. All right, that would kind of make sense, right? Axis. Now, axis is like a axis is a straight line in which something rotates. All right, so we just the Olympics was just on. All right, with the women's gymnastics, you know, they had the uneven bars. Okay, when they rotated and stuff like that, that was an axis that they were rotating on. Okay, for ice skaters here in 2 years, when we have the Winter Olympics, you'll hear the ice skaters do a triple axel. That means it's like they spin 3 times. Okay, yeah, I had to edit. Never mind. All right, so and this is again, this would actually be 0 and then the number, or y equals the number. Okay, and this is actually what would be our y-intercept. Okay, yes, yes, you may use the restroom. Somebody just invented their own sign language. I kind of liked it. It's almost as funny as that one student that used to talk with their eyebrows. All right. So our max, highest y value of the graph. All right. The highest y value. Now, y is we say max because it goes up. We're not really worried about out. We're worried about up and down. Okay, like vertical jump, not doing long jump. Please don't eat your fingers. That means that or chew on your fingers. That means you're failing as a cannibal. I have fingernail clips if you need them. No, okay, chewing on them. Okay, great. All right, so all right, so and this would be here. This is normally like like the x. You could do xy or y equals the number. Okay, so like this would be our max. All right, that's our highest point of the graph. So some people would say our max is at -2.5 or y equals 5. Okay, that's 2 ways that you could say that. Okay, the highest point. All right, so stop it. So if max is the highest point, highest y value, min would be the lowest. And let's see, what color do we want that to be? Do we have an orange? Ugh. We'll make that pink. Okay. And it's, whoops. Here's our min. And, it would be, again, x, y, or y equals that number. Okay, like this one would be -6, -4, or y equals -4. Okay, so now here's a good thing. That is a bad graph, but at least we can see what it is. All of our graphs that we're going to have to actually name characteristics are a lot better than this one. Okay. Yay! All right, lots of fun. Come back with a warrant. Will you mind letting them in? Well, just get here when you can. Okay, it's your world. We're just living in it. All right, put that right there. Pick up a handout. Have a seat. All right. So we got that. All right. Now, this part right here, this is where some people lose their mind. All right. Increasing and decreasing. All right. It's increasing if it, as we look at the graph, like we go from left to right, if it goes up. It's decreasing if it goes down from left to right. That's why some people miss the slope on the right in the inequality, uh, saying that it was a positive slope on one of them when it was a negative. Okay. And that's as we go from left to right. Okay. Left to right. Okay. Well, it's backwards right here. You get what I'm talking about. All right. Now, that's what that means. Okay. Now, that probably doesn't make a lot of sense, right? It wouldn't to me if I was learning this for the first time. I was like, what? Okay. So let's actually put it to practice. All right. This says state whether the function is increasing or decreasing for the interval. Okay. Now it says interval. It's going to be between like two x points. Okay. So it says from x equals 1 to x equals 2. So from right here, okay, from that part right here, from x equals 1 to x equals 2, look at our graph. Is it going up or down? Up. So this would be increasing. Now, I know some of you are like, I don't have a highlighter. I understand. So let's do it like this. From here to here, it's going up. From -2 to 0. All right, from x equals -2. So that's from here to here. Okay. Nope. Nope. Go. Oh my gosh. I hate you, big fat fingers. Okay. So if we look at that, All right, as we're looking at it going this way, it is going what? Down. So this is decreasing. Okay. Now, used to would have people that say, hey, list a couple things, state where this. People would always try to say increasing or decreasing, but they would never get the interval right. I'm actually going to give you intervals like this so you can actually mark it on your paper and say increasing or decreasing. Okay, because that only makes sense to me. Now that you actually see it on the paper, does it make a little bit more sense? Yes, the rocks in the head go rattle, 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 rattle. All right, so we're going to answer the following about the graph below. Here's the graph below. Okay. Our x-intercept, it's here and here. So this happens at x equals what number? -1. And what's the other one? A little bit louder for the people in the back. 3. There you go. Now you could write it like that, or again, you could write it as -1, 0, 3, 0. Either one is fine. Okay. All right. Your y-intercept is right here. What is that point? Y equals 2, or you could say 0, 2. Ta-da! That's about how I felt yesterday. That's that, like if I could fold myself in the fetal position and rock back and forth, and if my medicine let me cry, that's what I would do. But I can't fold myself in the fetal position, and my medicine doesn't let me cry. So, oh, because it's really high dosage. Oh, I'm not flexible like I used to be. Okay, Max. What is the highest point on this graph? Okay, so the highest y value we could say is y equals 4. And what's another way to say that? What's the coordinate point? 1, 4. Okay, remember, we start here, we go to the on the x-axis, then the y. All right. Man, it's almost like it's like doing it is a lot easier than writing down the definitions, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it is to me. All right. Minimum. What is the lowest point? I have a couple of votes for -4. +5, -4. All right. What do we see? Because we hadn't went over this yet. Okay. We hadn't had one of these like this, so I was wanting to cover this. What do we see right here? Arrows. That means it keeps going. Forever, forever, forever. This goes and it keeps going to negative infinity. Okay. Now, you can do a negative sign, two circles beside each other, negative. Some people turn their paper sideways and draw 8. Okay. Either way. Some people actually write infinity. Whatever makes you happy. Okay. That's the thing. Those arrows means it keeps going on and 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 on. Kind of like a really boring math class. Womp womp. Some people got it. Other people are like, I don't know what's happening. All right. From 0 to x equals 0 to x equals 1. So let's look at that interval. From x equals 0 to x equals 1. All right. As we look, going this way, it's going what? Up. So this is increasing. Bam! Listen, my self-esteem is already really low, so when y'all look at me and start giggling, it doesn't bother me. I know I'm funny looking. Get out of my swamp! Yes. Yes, you may use the bathroom. All right. So, believe it or not, this is something like you would have on a test. Is it doable? Yeah. You wouldn't have one of these jacked up graphs like you had at the very beginning. You'd have something like this. I might even like say what's name the function. Okay, that would actually save space. But knowing the characteristics, okay, because if we can name them now, because we're going to be dealing with them a lot further down the road. Okay. Okay. All right. Function notation graphically. All right. This, for some reason, boggles people's mind. Okay. All right. So you find the x value and you go to the graph to find the y value. Okay. So let's watch this. So I'm going to do f of negative 1. Where's the x value of negative 1? Right here. Where's the graph? The graph, the big, this bolded dark line. Is it touching it? All right, so what's that y value? Say again. No, that's the x value. This is the x. 0. Okay? Now, f of 0. So 0 is right here. Where's my graph? Is it above or below that point? Below. So I'm going to go down here. What is that y value? Negative 5. All right. F of 1. So here is 1. All right. It looks like I'm going to have to go down again because my graph is below. So I go, bloop. What is that y value? With my purple. F of 4. So 4 is right here. Ah, biscuits. 4 is right here. Looks like I got to go down again. All right. Now, it's not really close to see what that y value is, so I might have to go over. All right. Guess what? Yep. And f of 5. So 5 is right. Yep, 5 is right here. Where's my graph? Right on top of it. So what's that? That's it. So you're going to that x value and you got to find where it is on the graph. Okay. This is actually what we were doing algebraically when it's like, here's your function. What is f of 2? What is f of 0? What is f of this? Okay. So uh, we're just doing it graphically. Okay. And doing it on paper like this is actually a lot easier than trying to do it digitally, so it's be all right. Okay. So that's it for our lesson. We're going to have a little practice thing, right? That was it. That's all on your sheet, right? Okay, good deal. All right. Remember, be careful about, eating tape, and don't forget hit like, subscribe, hit the bell. Good stuff. Good things. Roll Tide.